Hey everybody, here is Dr. Mustaki for more fun learning. Today I'm going to give you details about a case study, Sam the French trotter. I had mentioned him already in my IGTV video about clinical examination. Today we are going a bit more into details. The main objectives will be: first, describe the symptoms. Then, explain the purpose of the endoscopy. And finally, think and settle the first diagnosis. The symptoms. This information had been collected thanks to the clinical examination. We found a normal heartbeat. The examination with a stethoscope shows no sound in the upper respiratory tract, but a gentle wave sound in the lower respiratory tract that can be caused by the presence of mucus. We find a normal body temperature, normal breathing rate, pale mucosa at the level of the gum, and finally, whitish nasal discharge after exercise. Now, the endoscopy. The flexible fiber optic endoscope is used for visual examination of the upper respiratory tract. These instruments provide the vet with a clear, bright image of the tissues from the nostril all the way to the point where the trachea divides into the two main bronchi. The nasal passages, nasopharynx, soft palate, guttural pouches, larynx, and trachea can be inspected. It is a valuable tool in the diagnosis and management of equine respiratory disease. When performing an endoscopy, we try to find some key elements as presence of inflammation markers, presence of mucus, laryngeal hemiplegia, damage in the guttural pouch, obstruction of the nasal passages. Now, the disease. Thanks to the information from the clinical examination and the observation during the endoscopy, we can suppose two types of disease. The first one is equine asthma syndrome. Different diseases could cause this syndrome, as for example, recurrent airway disease caused by inhalation of dust. Then, anemia. As the red blood cells are responsible for the transport of oxygen all around the body, the lack of them could lead to some difficulty to breathe. Both of those diseases could be present too. To settle a reliable diagnosis during the endoscopy, bronchoalveolar lavage had been performed. This permits investigating disease of the lower respiratory tract by analyzing the cells present in the part of the respiratory tract. Moreover, blood samples had been collected to analyze and underline any disorder like lack of red blood cells, numerous leukocytes, etc.